How to succeed in real estate investing in anything you propose in life. That's the topic for today's episode. And without further ado, let's dive in. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode. For those who are tuning in for the first time, this is your channel for real estate education. So today we're going to talk about how you can actually succeed, not just in real estate, but also in everything you propose in life. So this episode is actually a little bit different than the stuff that I normally go over in the channel, because for the past few months, everything that I've been trying to cover, it's very techniques related, how to build your skill set and how to make things happen in real estate. But I wanted to take this moment and do something a little bit different, and that's to talk about mindset, because it's very important, as it's going to complement everything you're trying to do in real estate. You can have all the necessary tools, you can learn a lot about the techniques, about asset protection, about funding, but there's a big component which is right in here that can impact whether we succeed in life or not. So let's take a step back, and I actually want to bring up a book that I read recently from Trevor. For those who don't know who Trevor is, he's a comedian. He actually has a show at Comedy Central, and he came out with a book about a year or two ago, or maybe even 3 or 4, I'm not entirely sure, but I didn't get the chance to read it until recently. So there's an example that he talked in the book that really caught my attention. And so he was talking about this one time that he went back to his village with his mom, visit his grandma, and his surroundings was extreme poverty. And so he was talking about this group of villagers, and I think there were 4 or 5 guys in their late teens, hitting their 20s, and they basically had nothing to do. They were just hanging out on the street, doing nothing, waiting for just something to happen in their life, but they wouldn't really take the necessary time to actually go and pursue something. But there was this one kid, right? There was this one kid who managed to find a job at a very fancy mall in town. He also spoke another dialect that was exactly what landed him in there. So every time this kid will wake up and he will dress the part, because it was a requirement for you to dress the part in order to work in that mall. And every time he stepped out of the house, his other friends or his surroundings will pick on him. Oh, look at this guy. He thinks he's better. He thinks he's better. He thinks he's better than us. What, you think now you are a millionaire just because you found a job in this fancy mall? In essence, a bunch of naysayers, right? This person was trying to get ahead in life, and he was trying to maintain a job that was basically going to help him bring money to feed his family. But ultimately, he wound up losing that job. And what happened? Well, he claims in the book that the kid said, oh, they just caught me stealing something and therefore I got fired. But what Trevor thinks happened in reality was that that kid ended up sabotaging his own job. There was no reason for him to steal anything from that store. He was doing perfectly fine. He was making money based on commission, but what happened is he wanted to belong, right? And that's what's gonna take me to this point. So this is your surrounding, right? And then this kid happened to, be here, and there are these other friends, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then every time he will step out to get on a bus and go to work. Yes, I know I'm horrible at drawing, but during his trajectory, every time he was trying to get to the bus, kid 1, 2, 3, and 4 will pick on him. Oh, you're nothing like us. You think you're better, yada, yada. But he ultimately has to come back here. And then when he returns from work, he will have to deal with this over and over again. So there was no sense of belonging for this one person. Now, why am I telling you this story? Because a lot of us face things like this. I faced it the first time I was trying to build my real estate portfolio. I had family members against me. I had family members even mocking me for what I was trying to do. Oh, is that true? Really? You can actually buy properties in real estate? Ha ha ha. Your credit card probably has $100,000 worth of credit line. And whatever, right? You make things happen, and I'm pretty sure you go through the same thing. So what this kid failed to see is that these were not the only friends he can have. At the nice and fancy mall right here, he could have made new friends, right? And what happens when you make new friends? They sort of think like you. They want to get on the journey so you can achieve the same things that you want, right? So it doesn't mean you're better. It doesn't mean you're leaving these people behind. You just simply evolve. It's what I like to think about things, right? You are evolving into another survival mode. You are evolving so you can achieve that goal that you want. It doesn't mean you're going to forget about them. You eventually will want that coming back, but you're trying to get to a new journey. And unfortunately, these people right here cannot be part of that journey with you. You have to leave them there and you have to move on. And then by you making new friends right here, now you can learn about new sales techniques, right? Or you can learn about other products you can sell. Maybe you will make a new friend that's gonna connect you to another store where they were gonna pay him more money per hour so he can bring even more money back to his family. But unfortunately, he didn't have that guidance. He didn't know how to approach it. He didn't know how to think about it. And what he decided to do? Do the easy way out. Let me just steal something, or at least pretend that I'm stealing something so that I could get fired and then I can hang out with my friends again. That is the sad story that happens to most of us, because we simply are surrounded sometimes by people that don't understand that we're trying to achieve something in life. And that doesn't make them bad people. Maybe they are concerned about you. Maybe they don't understand exactly what you're doing. So instead, you have to change your own environment. You are responsible for changing it, not the other people, because they are going to remain who they are. You have no control over their thought process. All you have to do is just to simply demonstrate what you can do, but not to them. You need to demonstrate it to yourself. So to avoid or to prevent that energy from impacting you like they did to this person right here, here's what you're gonna do. So we have a clean board now, and we're gonna do an exercise. We're gonna forget about the story from Trevor Noah's book, and we're gonna move on to you now, right? So this is you. And by the way, this is my first time doing something this different, so I really appreciate that you leave your comments down below, so that way I know whether this is something that you look forward to learn a little bit more, so that it can complement your real estate learning and, you know, top it up with mindset, or if you rather just stick it directly to, you know, just real estate. But I wanted to try something different. So back into this topic. So this is you, right? You are trying to become a successful real estate investor. So you have, you know, your family, you have your friends, and whoever is part of your surrounding. And all they keep saying is no, no, and no, right? Or maybe your family is saying yes, but everyone else is saying no. Who knows? But there is a naysayer in the equation. So rather than you continue to feed your energy into this and trying to teach them or educate them about something, hey, you can try once or twice, but after a while you kind of get burned down, right? So rather than shifting that energy this way, what you're gonna do is to shift your energy this way and hang out with people that think more like you. Like, for example, in this channel, right, you get to socialize with other people who leave comments, or whenever I have my live calls, you can get to know one another, or my Facebook group, you can get to know one another as well. But if you want to do this, you know, let's say in person to person, closer to you, there are other things called local REIAs, right? So you can go into local REIAs, and if you don't know how to find one, don't worry, I'm gonna link you to a video down below so you can learn how to find them out in your local area. But when you refocus your energy into the local REIA people, then you're meeting person 1, person 2, person 3 right here, and they all have the similar mindset that you have. They want to grow. They're trying to educate themselves in real estate. They know about some tips. They know something about funding that you don't know, and you know something about real estate education that the other people don't know, right? So then they start changing links with you so you can educate yourself more, and then you can start exchanging what you know, maybe the link to this channel, maybe the links to books that you have read and stuff like that. And then it becomes a more positive cycle, a more positive engagement, and it's no longer toxic like it was here. Because believe me, I know you love these people right here, and there's nothing wrong with that. They're just simply not in the same wavelength as you are. They're not in the same thinking process as you are. And rather than draining your energy and trying to change them, because people are not going to change, they're only going to change when they are ready. You were ready for a change, and therefore you're taking action. You're educating yourself in real estate. You subscribe to this channel because you're trying to learn something new. You're trying to evolve yourself into a new person that's going to help you survive in this new environment. So it has to be a win-win. Remember what I said about real estate? It's relationship based and it has to benefit everyone. So it's the same here. It is a win-win for everybody. Now you're expanding your network. So rather than just confining yourself into a smaller group of people, now you know them, but now you expanded your team of people, your group of people who can eventually be your power team as well here. And that it's how you actually succeed in life. You build those relationships, people that are going to help you do connections. And I'm sure you've heard about this term before. It's not so much about how much you know, but who you know. And this is a clear example of how something like that could happen. And by you surrounding yourself, you're feeding yourself with good energy, people who are trying to grow like you, that are encourage you to want to grow as well. And that's how everybody succeeds in life. And not just that, it's very difficult to be a one single person fighting against the masses. But if you surround yourself with people who are seeking the same thing, seeking the same goals, now you are part of the mass. But you're part of this mass. You're not part of this mass. Once you are successful, once you have managed to bring your property back, then you're showing them by action, right? You managed to make it happen. And maybe these people right here, oh, I guess I was wrong. So, can I learn from you? Is there something I can do to help you in order to, compliment you and to maybe, give me an opportunity to learn? I was wrong. I'm sorry. But this is how you do it. Don't fight against it. Fight with it, right? And again, changing yourself, evolving yourself doesn't mean you're leaving people behind. My family's still there. My sisters are still there. Now they saw that I was able to make things happen. And that's the same thing with you. It doesn't mean that you have forgotten about them or that you're better than them. You just simply evolved into your new reality. It's the same thing with parents who, let's say, for example, used to hang out with their single friends all the time, but now all of a sudden they decided to have a family. They have a little baby and their surroundings, and that becomes their new priority. They decided to evolve so that they can be good parents for that child that needs them. And their friends are going to have to wait. They are part of another reality. Does it mean they stop loving them? No, it's just that's their new reality. So let me know what you think. I know it's very different than the usual stuff I normally teach, but again, it's going to help complement everything that you have learned so far in real estate. Let me know what your thoughts are down here. And I look forward to see you guys soon again. And don't forget to hit the like button. So take care. Bye-bye.